Go away.
All right. Well, good Friday evening. We are on episode 13, and we are back. We took a week off because of travel last week, and we appreciate your patience. As it was funny because everybody was texting me, "Hey, who's on for this week?" Well, the 4th of July is on this week, so Independence Day weekend. We are back with Chris Cruz, our bro host. There's the
What's up, everybody? How are y'all?
We were waiting for that, and we have a really special treat this fine evening. We've got two classic pro bodybuilders, and they like to travel a little bit. So they're originally from the West Coast and decided to move over to the central part of the United States. We have James Mickles. James, are you sporting the GBO Natural shirt?
Oh yeah, man. You know,
I like it. Yeah. I like it.
You know.
And we also do have Derek Richardson, and he earned his pro card in 2017. Derek, what are you sporting on the shirt today?
Sean Cladrita, Giant Killers.
Now, I know these guys don't know each other really well, so it's going to be interesting to see how cordial they're going to be and just how nice they're going to play. So we will go over announcements. Just to give you a little format, we're going to spend about 30 good minutes with these guys, and then we're going to have a special guest jump on with some announcements. And then we'll be wrapping up and finishing up right on the dot, probably right at 6:30 again. So I don't even want to. I don't really need to give you guys a long introduction because I think your records and your reputation speaks for itself. The reason why you guys were requested was, number one, I know that you guys are both actively competing this year, and you guys are probably two of the most humble people that we've run across in GBO. And what I mean by that is, when it comes down to who wins, who loses, how you saw it, how they saw it, you are extremely truthful and transparent, and you are able to say, look, this guy beat me on stage and this is why. And you're awfully quiet because I know you guys don't like to be announced for shows that you're competing in. So, Derek, I will not give away what shows you'll be competing in. Due to privacy issues and confidentiality agreements. So if you do want to share that publicly, you're welcome to do that. But welcome to you two. And I would first of all, James, like to start with you. A lot of people don't know your background and they don't know where you came from and how you got to the place that you are right now. People know you from your Facebook posts, really from the time that you put in gym to not only just compete on a yearly basis, but you will take a full year off or two to work on the things to develop your strengths and also to really overly develop your flaws that you would consider that you would need to work on or the judges give you feedback on. So tell us a little bit about how you even started in this. You can go as far back as you want. You could start at birth if you wanted to, but tell us about you.
Well, I'm originally from Los Angeles, California. I had a roller coaster of a life. I started, like I said, I'm from West Los Angeles, and pretty much all of my 20s, I spent in and out of prison. So that's pretty much there it is there. When my first child was born, I wanted out of the gang life. And by the grace of God, he gave me a way out. And I got up out of there, moved to Texas. I've been out of prison it'll be 8 years, August 11th. And that's a big deal for me because at 36, all I used to see was jail. So, moved to Texas, and I was just a guy that just wanted to be on swole. I had a big head. I got glasses, you feel me? So it's like, you know what I mean? I always getting tested. It don't matter where I went. It was like I was always getting tested, so I just wanted size. So, you feel me? I was in the gym. I don't know if you guys know Hassan from Team SBM. Well, that was the first guy I met out here in Houston before he got with Team SBM. And, he told me I should compete. And I was thinking, I'm like, I ain't putting on no man thong, got me twisted. You feel me? So I went to a show with him and whatever, and I felt like I could beat those guys. So before I started competing, I went and bulked. This is Isaiah. This is the second son. So, right. So I went on ahead and bulked for 15 months before I did my first show. So I wanted to make sure that at least if I didn't win, that I, be respect the stage. So that has always been my mentality. I live in real life. If I have a flaw, I want to know that I need to work on that flaw. So yeah, so there it is there.
What would you say the turning point was for you? I know you said your son was born, and when you moved here, how did you get acclimated? I know that you're a big spiritual guy. You're very public about that. It's really respectable, and a lot of people see your views very similar. We see eye to eye on a lot of things. How did that play a role when you moved to Texas?
Well, it was a thing. Turn that down, son. It's a thing of before I just fully submitted my life to Christ, I was a big conspiracy theorist. So I was always I read all of the books, the P.O. the Pale Horses, all the Robert Greene. I done read all of these books when I was in and out of prison. So when I got out in 2011, I ran across a Christian guy that was into the same things, and he would attach scripture to what we're seeing going on in what people call conspiracy theories. And it just was like, whoa, this thing is really real. Like, Christ is really real. So my thing was, the turning point for me was the scriptures coming alive, and by the grace of God, opening my eyes to the scriptures, and it's like, whoa, like, this is really real. And I feel like that God allowing me the grace to be in this sport, to be a light in this dark sport, because our sport is taboo, so.
Interesting. So you're now a GBO certified judge and training to be a head judge. Mm-hmm. You're a pro, and let's talk a little bit about when you got your pro card, where you earned your pro card.
I earned my pro card in 2016 with the NGA. At the, I don't even remember the name of the show. But Larry, what's his last name? Black light skinned guy, older cat.
Larry Shaw?
Not Shaw. The NGA. I can't remember his last name, but he was a big promoter. And I earned my pro card. I think, and I'm gonna tell the truth, I was the last year that it was actually hard to go pro. I had to beat 5 people in my class at least, and win the overall to go pro. So, and
you did it the right
guys that I actually beat are pros right now. So, it was a pretty tough show. It was 11 guys in my class at that time. Kobe Mouton was one of the guys.
Yeah.
So.
And Kobe's a Musclemania pro, so he earned his pro card eventually as well.
Mm-hmm.
There was something that I want to come back to you on, and I want you to just think about, actually, how many pro shows have you done since you turned pro?
I've done 5. 5?
All right.
Yeah, 5.
Okay, so I want to hit that number and come back to that in a second. Derek, I would love to hear, a lot of people have asked, because you're just so quiet, but you keep showing up in places, right? I remember being in Vegas, and we're, for athletes check in, and you walk in the room, I'm like, how did you get here? This is great. So, you came to watch, and I know you came to support, some of your folks as well. And that was really cool to see. And I really enjoy the fact that you were at the Pro Symposium. Let's talk a little bit about your history. How far back do you want to go? What brought you here?
I guess what broke the ground for me getting exposed to bodybuilding was back home in Detroit, where I'm from, the original Powerhouse gym. I used to go out there and work out because at the time I was playing semi-pro football. Just started bumping into guys and met a couple of Olympians, like Ryan Love. Those some of the guys that got me started. Ryan Love and some other NPC competitors that I was working out with consistently every day. Again, they just like James, they wanted me to do a show, compete. And I same thing. I don't want to put those jaws on, man. No, I'm a football player. I was still playing football. So fast forward a little bit, moved to Texas. I'm still playing football. once football was over, I had got my second injury. With me, it's no 3 strikes. 2 strikes, and that's it, enough for me. So after that, I feel like time for something else. Me being competitive and don't want to sit down. I say, you know what? I'm in the gym all the time. Might as well go ahead and try this out. So stay in the gym, start reaching out to people. Actually, my first coach is our new promoter that's doing the Margarita show, Mike Smith. That was actually my first coach. Worked with him for my first couple shows. Again, just wanted to keep getting improvement. Every show, the critique, it was this. I worked on that. Next show is this. Worked on that. So I consistently had Keith Kleins, a nutritionist. Just recently, past year and a half, I went full throttle with Armor Fitness. Helped me put everything together. I'm just continuing to roll and continuing to get better and establish myself. So
you both are natural athletes. We followed your career. Derek, you got your pro card with NFF. Do you remember what year that was?
I think it was 2017, I believe.
So
or 18. I think it was 17.
You guys have had multiple years to, make improvements and gains, and we see those every show. Matter of fact, James and I had a call about this specific podcast, and he was telling me just how you have improved. And I know that. Do you guys both train at Species every now and then?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hey, Eric.
I gotta duck out of there to stay away from all this competition and going to high and like Dorian Yates. So that's what I've been doing. I slide in there if I have to, but
Fair enough. What would
He'll
you
come in there and train legs? He trains his legs, so when
he does.
I know he there. I know he's there when he training legs, so for sure.
I want to play a little game with you too. Derek, let's say you're a judge and you're sitting at the judges table. You see James Mickles come on stage. What would be James Mickles' strengths and what would be James Mickles' things that he would need to improve on?
absolutely number one strength, I got to give it to him, that posing. Even though he still always Sean Ray's moves, but his posing.
Facts.
That posing. His posing and conditioning, I have to say that. Weakness, I don't know. Maybe his lower back. I don't know. I say I'd probably say his back.
Well,
that's a pretty good compliment. Sounds like to me, you can't find anything to find wrong with you, and that's your competition, man. That's pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why I like to play these games is because when you're put on the spot, usually the first thing that comes to your mind is the first thing that needs to be said. I didn't want you to think about these and have pre-planned questions to be like, oh, well, let me tell you what I should say. I think so. James, we're going to reverse the role. You're a head judge. You're going to be calling some shows this year, I know, and you're also going to be competing, obviously not calling the shows you're competing in. If you were sitting at the table and you saw Derek, what would you say Derek's strengths and the things he needs to improve on would be?
I mean, well, this is easy because I've judged shows he competed in. So Derek is complete. You know what I'm saying? Symmetry is muscularity. Big fan of. I've shared this with him. His weak point to me is this is conditioning. I've told him this.
I agree.
I've told him this. If Derek pulls it together, he's gonna be hard to beat.
That's gonna be interesting to see. Now, do you guys have shows together this year? Do you know? You don't know. You're not going to give it away. So I'm not going to go there. We'll rein it back a little bit. So, Derek, how many pro shows have you done?
Three. I did 3.
What were the 3 that you did? Do you remember?
NFF, Physique Showdown. I did that by accident. I didn't realize it was a master's, but whatever. It was a bottom, so my debut was a master's. So
hey, win is a win. So what?
Right.
You got to check. It don't matter.
Right. And last year's Legacy, and of course the Storm Classic.
So you did 4 or you did 3?
3.
3. Okay,
Legacy, Storm Classic, and then Physique Showdown.
So you placed
top 5. I'm
five.
sorry. I did the Poseidon also.
There you go.
So it is 4. That's right.
Okay. I thought you did 4. I wasn't sure. You placed top 5 in your last GBO show, and I have a feeling that you've made some tremendous improvements. And I know you're not going to give away the rest of the year. James, tell us about your last 3 years, because I know that you take a year off to work on the things that you want to work on, and then you spend a year doing this. Now, I know that you have also someone who you've trained, which is Martin Walker, and it seems like you guys plan this thing out. Like Martin will compete one year, and then you'll compete the next year, and then he'll compete the next year. Did you guys plan that out?
Nah, not actually, because I'm just tell the truth, and I know he watching. My very first show, I helped Martin, and he beat me. So ever since then, I've been trying to get Martin back on stage with me, but it just never panned out that way. So it's like now that we're pros, it's like since because Martin is a lot younger. If you didn't know, he's barely 30. If that, I think he's 29. So he has a lot of years ahead. So basically, I try to feed him and tell him like, bro, look, take this time off, put on some mass, and then come back. You know what I mean? Come back, see what we do, see how we match up, and keep on going. Because I don't plan on to keep doing this for a long time. I'd rather put athletes on stage, truthfully.
What other pros are you working with this year? I know you've been working with Martin, and I want to get back to him in just a second because I see him watching. So what other pros do you have that you're working with to get ready?
That's about to compete, or just period?
Just any pros in general. I know you have a few that are competing. I know that Sunny has been, she's like made a tremendous transformation because she went vegan, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she went vegan. She went vegan, that's pretty much my first time doing a prep for a vegan person. So that's, it's gonna be both our first. I have Helena that's gonna be doing the legacy. She's gonna be doing the women's classic bodybuilding, the pro. She's an NFF pro. She got her pro card last year. Mm-hmm. Also, my little brother, he's gonna be competing in another federation though. So
very cool.
And I have a few amateurs that's gonna come to the legacy also. So, Akugo who got 4th at the Atlas, she's gonna come and do your show. So I don't know if she's probably mad at me now, but well,
it's okay. She contacted me and I didn't put it public either, but nobody knows. We can delete that later and edit it. Oh, it's live stream. We can't. Whoops. It's okay, Akugo. We love you anyway. So, Derek, you have some people that you've worked with and helped prep. Who are some of the folks notably in GBO that you've helped get on stage?
I can't say that I per se help, but help train, get together. Amanda Hill for the shape. Hall, I'm sorry, for shape. That's pretty much about it. Just a little, tweaking or whatnot. But me, myself, I haven't full throttle like James, all that yet. I'm getting to that point though. I'm gonna be there one day.
Last time I checked, Amanda Hill got her pro card at the Vegas show, correct?
Right.
Very cool. So, you flew all the way halfway across the country to go support somebody, that's super cool, man. And that's why I wasn't expecting to see you. So when you showed up, that was kind of fun. And plus you're in Las Vegas, so, there's plenty to do. So all good.
Yeah, I kind of timed that right because I was out in California working. So it worked out.
Cool. So I want a little nuts and bolts, Matt. I got to ask, I'm starting with James. So you had to take time off, make improvements. What has been probably the biggest thing you've had to improve on body part wise, and how did you go about that?
My delts, hamstrings, glutes, my back.
What would you say is the hardest?
Back.
Okay. And what was your philosophy behind that? Like, what did you change to improve that area?
Well, I'm a guy with, as far as training goes, I don't like when the people be talking about what's optimal and what's this optimal, that, and all that type. I can't stand that stuff because it just seems like that people be trying to, make scientific type approaches to different body types. So me personally, I'm a chest dominant person. So naturally, maybe my back is going to be a little bit weaker than others. I'm going to have to hit it harder than hitting the chest. So a book is not going to tell me that, 4 sets of 10 will make you get this. I'm not trying to hear that, bro. So
this is where me and you agree on stuff,
right,
because
that's what we
there is no science here at Center State. It's all bro science, baby. It's
look, I'm a guy like
I don't even
this.
care how many calories you're eating. That's how we work around here.
Right. So I just had to, more so things that I could get away with other body parts, I can't get away with back. I have to make sure I hit from the ground. I have to make sure I hit all the horizontal movements. I got to make sure that I hit everything from the top, pull down. You got your vertical roll, so on and so forth. So pretty much up in the volume. Same thing with my shoulders, same thing with calves. More so with the hamstring glutes, it's more of a mind muscle connection because you can't see it.
Yeah.
So it's more so I had to really just humble myself, lighten the weight, and allow my muscle to work the weight. I'm talking too much. I ain't supposed to be getting this to Derek.
All right, well let's switch to Derek. So Derek, what was your hardest part, or most thing you needed to improve over the years or year, whatever the case is, and how do you go about it? Your philosophy.
Each year was something that I improved. That was told to me I needed improvement, but overall, the most consistent thing was my legs. And that's something I've been working hard with ever since the last show last year. So the separation of my legs, conditioning my legs is much improved this year.
Good. All right.
What did you do to improve the conditioning of your legs specifically?
I can't give that away.
I knew that's going to be secretive.
Working with Christy, got some phenomenal legs. I see you.
Nice. Now all the pro classic guys are watching, so I'm seeing all these stroll through the feed and the comments. So they're like, "Oh, so this is what they're going to do." Oh, and by the way, you haven't given up your shows yet this year, which is totally cool. You don't have to. I think you keep them in suspense. It's all good. Here's what I wanted to ask you guys. I know strength isn't a big deal with most I guess bodybuilders, because strength is not important because you don't measure it on stage. You don't measure body fat. You don't measure shoulder to waist ratio or your V taper. What you're really doing is you're able to hide your weaknesses and show off your strengths. But man, what the heck do you have Martin Walker doing? Because he's doing 635 on deadlifts like it is nobody's business. And like it is so smooth because I see his videos. James, what are you doing for him?
I'm not about to take no credit for my bro. You feel me? Like when I first met him, I always told him that he was ridiculously strong. Handshakes, hugs, he gonna knock you out.
Right.
So I always was like, man, bro, shoot, why not see about some powerlifting? Because he was just naturally strong. Like there's this like forearm machine that I've never seen. I only seen it one place. It's a forearm machine that and it goes up to about 250 pounds. So I'm playing with it one day and I'm just twisting that joint. I got 30 pounds on there struggling. This dude puts the pin at the whole bottom of it and just go up there talking casually. I'm like, so you're not about to just do that and just casually do that in my face like that, bro. You need to go and do some real weightlifting. So he just pretty much got with a powerlifting program, and he's extremely excelled. It's amazing to watch to see that, because I'm not gonna ever pick up no 6 plates. So.
Yeah, he in species. I gotta stop sometime, look at him. I'm like, man, this skinny guy picking all that up.
Yeah.
So he does trade at species as well. I thought I saw that, but I want to talk a little bit about what pros that you have your eye on. Okay, so last year, we had Chad Gidraz. He is a Masters competitor and just came in dry as can be, really conditioned, really proportionate, really symmetrical. We've got Troy Webb. He might make a comeback. I know that he's watching right now because he keeps commenting. I'm not going to say if he's coming out or not because I haven't seen any pro commitments come our way. But who are some of the people, pro classic wise, that you guys would look out for, or that you look up to, that you say, man, I really like what they're doing?
Oh, you Yeah. Okay. Well, with me, I'm a fan of the sport. Period. So, I mean, I've shared with Derek. You know, I like his physique. I like Thorne. I like Simeon. You know, there's a few guys that I actually like that I like to see. I mean, there's a few guys that's not really active per se on social media. You know what I'm saying? But there's a few guys that I'd like to see how I stand next to him. So
let's say we were having the Atlas this year. Who do you think is the most dangerous?
the most dangerous out of everybody,
Yes,
Thorne,
not a bad choice. Yeah, I agree.
because he's still improving. I'm just gonna be honest. Thorne and Simeon,
Right.
that like especially Simeon. Look, I'm gonna say I had Simeon winning at the Storm, but I'm just gonna tell the truth.
Yeah, Yeah, Charles is so shredded, and
We see him,
as far as Thorne, and Thorne, he's young, so he got so much time.
That's
so
crazy.
much improvement.
He's
Yeah.
young, and he ain't got nothing but time in front of him.
Yeah,
So
my thing was Thorne, man. Another 5-10 pounds muscle. He's ridiculous. Because he's got a great shape to him, conditioning. We already know he brings that. A little bit more size, man. He takes it out of control, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I agree.
Derek, who's your top three?
I haven't seen anybody. I don't know everybody's name, but the guy at the Roto Flush, he for classic, he got that nice structure for classic. How you vacuum,
Right.
But as far as like dangerous, like you said, Thorne, Charles, Martin, crazy conditioning, size with him, and he a monster too.
So what makes a great classic competitor dangerous? Like, you know, when we talked about these guys, there is something that stands out with them. And I know it's different with everybody, but let's talk about Thorne, for example, specifically. It lets you say, you know, Cruz, we put another 5 pounds on Thorne. What makes him dangerous?
I think it's muscle bellies. Oh, okay.
It's well, he's right. No, it's the small frame with big muscle bellies. It's that just beautiful aesthetic look that it looks raw and it looks natural, but it looks unnatural at the same time. You know, and then that to me, that's just it, man. Those guys that come out and they get the tight waist and the big shoulders and all that, dude, that's just beautiful. To me, that's bodybuilding. And when you got that just beautiful frame with that muscle on it, man, it's a pretty thing on stage, man. It really is. But at the same time, those guys have to bring the conditioning. Okay. You got to bring it too. So that's to me the most dangerous part of classic.
I feel we need to spice something up again. So let's make another run at this. Let's say we put Derek and James on stage right next to each other, and then the only two people on stage. If we go through our mandatories, we might not be able to go through them just yet. We'll see how long it takes Bob to get on video and audio. So we'll just keep going until he chimes in. How's that? So let's say we go through our mandatories, we go through our quarters, and then we're talking about our front double biceps. Who wins, Derek? You or James?
Me 100% shredded. I got him all day on that.
James, front double bicep. Who wins?
That's me. Game time.
Okay. Cool. So we're 1-1 so far. Complete draw. We go to a front lat spread. Who's got it?
Game time.
Okay. So James claims his own front lat spread. Derek?
Easy money.
Okay.
Me.
He claims that. I'm assuming you're claiming your own front lat spread on that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Hey, Matt, this is why we don't let them judge ourselves. So
Yes, I know. They both be first place, and we both pay out first place and trophies and everything.
Yeah.
Let's say front double by, front lat spread. Chris, what else we got?
Front lat spread, side chest, rear double by.
Favorite side chest. Derek.
Favorite side chest, I got him, but I'm gonna be honest. Back double bicep, he might edge me.
Wait, we're not there yet.
No,
gotta make sure Derek concurs with your front or your favorite side chest.
Side chest is game over.
I have to unfortunately admit, because James got that top shelf that I'm working on also right now.
Okay.
So.
Oh, and then we turn to favorite side tricep.
That's game time. That's me.
All right.
That's me. I got you on them triceps, buddy.
We're not going to do a pose down or anything on Zoom, but I thought that would be pretty cool if we did. Okay, so we face the back. We've got a rear double by. Who's got the rear double by?
To me all day.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he edged me, but I know how to pose, so I ain't worried about that.
Okay.
All right. So who's got them wings? Who's got that lat spread then?
Rear lat spread, game time.
So wait. He had you on the back double by.
Look, because this is from the ankles up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting on the stage. I'm just saying.
Well, we're going to turn back around and we're going to go into an abdominal and thigh.
Only because we going past, because I had to give it to him because my quads wasn't up to par yet. So
it's also a conditioning pose. So
it is. James, are you going to just stay quiet and concede on that one that you're going to be the winner?
So honestly, I because I don't feel like that's a strong pose for me. So I'm neutral there.
Okay,
it's whoever I'm neutral right there.
What's your weakness in that pose?
I don't like man. Hold on, Chris. We can talk about it later, man.
Almost got him. I'm just trying to say.
Hold on, because I know you got. I see some of your competitors in the feed right now that's gonna be doing this. So hold on, I got to remember that.
We got the note on here. We got a few on here, so it's good.
Yeah.
We got
Believe
Timmy
me, sir.
on here.
My homework's already done, so don't worry about that.
We can go back to video on that. Okay, so we go into our favorite classic pose, because here's where you're gonna display your strength. So you really can't compare this apples to apples, because you're going to both hit different poses. And I know what your favorite classic poses are. So who takes the favorite classic?
Favorite classic. I always change that up. I always try to do something everybody not doing, because a lot of people do the same thing.
Yeah.
So it all depends what I came with. But if I have to put my last one up there, I got it.
I'll kind of touch on that a little bit, James, while we got you, a head judge on here. So kind of explain the favorite classic pose and kind of tell how you should go about that. Somebody that doesn't know, because there's a lot of people that don't really know what the classic poses are. First of all, unfortunately, I feel you have to pick a pose that benefits you. Can you touch on that a little bit while we got a judge on here?
I 100% agree. Your favorite classic pose, it not only has to be your favorite pose, but your body have to favor it. You just can't get up there and look like a bent up paperclip like a lot of people do. Well, it has to favor your physique.
One of the biggest things I see people do in the past also is everybody thinks they're Serge Nubret, and they're not. So don't go there trying to hit that pose and you ain't got forearms that at least match something,
or at least you ain't practice it neither. Like your favorite classic pose is something that it's your favorite pose that you do a selfie with, basically.
Right.
Whatever
you gotta match your body too.
Outside of the mandatory, where you got your perfect lighting in the cut in the corner of the gym, you got your pump. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That pose should be the one that you master.
Absolutely.
And you should try to master at least 3.
And like Derek said, it's got to match your body. Like he was talking about, your top shelf is there. When you got that big, thick chest, man, you don't want to be hitting the front. You want to hit something from the side where it shows it off, man. So I just want people to hear that, because I get asked that a lot. A lot they want to do classic, but they don't really know what they should be doing and all that. So
look at the poses. Like, Derek called me out with the Shine Ray. You got Lee Labrada. You know what I'm saying? You got all these classic posers. Like, and that's what I do. That's how I learned how to pose, really.
Right.
You go through these posers and at least try to mimic them. If it don't look right, don't do it.
Yeah, Frank.
Because it's a couple of classic poses that I wanted to do. My coach is like, no. Okay, that's the one right there.
Yeah.
So it like I match your body and everything, how you look on it, conditioning, and your shows off your best features, of course.
Yeah. So real quick, favorite classic post.
It's game time, man. Classic post.
So you conceded 2, James. Derek, you're pretty strong with your favorite classic.
Yeah. I changed it up. Even though I changed it up, it's always matching me. So I'm always money with that.
I'm gonna match whatever classic pose he do just to show him.
Well, wait, who says you guys are going to be on stage together? We don't know what shows you're doing yet for 2020, if you're doing a show.
My bad. Well, if I see you on stage.
There you go. There you go. Well, the good news is for pros, you guys can compete in standard or in classic. You guys can go back and forth. And I know that the 2 options that you have right now are the Legacy for standard and then the Storm Classic for Pro Classic. So, maybe we'll see you guys. Maybe, I don't know, but what's cool is I can't wait to see next year as we, Bob is going to get on here in just a second, and we're going to let him go over the announcements. Oh, now we got audio. Oh, we're still working on audio, Bob, but we can see you. So keep the video. And as soon as we get the audio connected, you'll be able to rock and roll. And by the way, I want to finish up with you guys on your plans for 2021. If you guys are going to take a year off, or you guys are planning to possibly maybe make another appearance. I know, James, you usually take about a year off. So,
but the thing about it was, man, this was supposed to be, look, I don't even know. This was supposed to be my last year competing, because my plans was to compete for a world title. I was going to do the Atlas, and I was going to do the IP Worlds, and I was going to be done, but COVID and come up in here and just bullied everybody. So, Well, guys, hang on just a second. We're going to have Bob come in and make some announcements that nobody knows about, because I know Cruz tried to get it out of him, but he doesn't even know. Wow, so, Bob, welcome.
Hey, I'm sorry, guys. I'm in my truck, and I can't get video for some reason. I did something. I'm computer illiterate. These smartphones are smarter than I am, so sorry.
We can hear you, though. It's all good.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So, hey, I go by macros because I want to eat donuts and coffee cakes and all those. So, and my only weak point was my body. So, okay. So I might not have been on, but I'm listening, guys. So I want to mention a couple things, but before I do that, I want to brag on the GBO family. And when I'm talking about the GBO family, I'm talking about worldwide. I'm seeing, in the midst of all the stuff that's going on, pandemic and all the other stuff that's going on, we still, as an organization, are sharing each other's stuff, whether it be United States, Mexico, Europe. And when I say Europe, UK, Italy, India, we're all working together, and it's absolutely amazing. I got Peru sharing Matt Storm stuff, and Pino Palumbo, Pino from Italy sharing, Miami stuff. And this, it's awesome. This is how we grow an organization. And I want to tip my hat to all of you guys, and that's all of you on the show as well. James, Derek, Chris, Matt, you guys are rocking it. Thank you.
Honest, sir.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah. So I got a couple announcements I want to make. I'll make the big one last. First thing we want to do is on GBO memberships. We are extending out the membership because we've got some confusion on this. So I want to make sure everybody knows. Oh, and I got to say this because I'm hearing it a lot. Sorry, it's changed gears here. Troy Moore, what's up? I'm finally here, buddy. I know every week he's asking, where's Bob? So here I am. Hope you're getting better, bub. So anyway, GBO memberships. If you renew your membership in 2020, you have to renew your membership. We are extending that out until 12/31/2021. So you actually won't have to do anything until 2022 with your card. That's professional and amateur. I've got people reaching out going, no, I don't have to do my card because no, you do. If you purchase your card this year with everything that's going on, we're extending you out till the end of next year. Okay. So everybody understands that. Okay. But you do have to purchase a membership this year, and it's good for this year and all of next year. Laura and I feel that's the right thing to do with everything that's going on. Okay. So we got that. Now, the other thing I want to announce, all shows next year will be pro qualifiers. This was going to be our last year doing it, but because of the pandemic and everything's going on, we only feel it's fair to grow the organization the way we need to. And some of the new shows is to go ahead and extend that out one more year. Now, Matt, your show in Vegas will still be a GBO Pro qualifier. So all first and second place winners from these shows that don't win overalls will be qualified to compete in Las Vegas for a pro card. All first place winners, whether there's a single body in a show or 50 in a show, each class winner will win their pro card at that show, the Global Championships of Vegas next year. Okay.
Got it.
Okay. So now, forgive me, I can't say his last name, and I don't want to mess it all up. Hopefully he's listening right now. But I want to announce and welcome to the GBO family, Donald from Cameroon. He is our new senior director for Cameroon, and we now have GBO there. So we're now a part of Africa. So I'm real excited about that. We're talking to several other countries out in that area, and this is a good thing. You know, GBO is growing all around the world, and he's an amazing human being. We've been talking for a few months now, and I'm super excited to have him on. Once you guys get to meet him and talk to him, he's like all of us. He's all about the organization, all about the sport, all about the people, and that's what matters. And as long as we have those people around us, it makes me look fantastic. So I'm excited. We'll make that announcement, but I wanted to break that news on this show. And Derek and James, I'm sorry to take time from you guys. I appreciate you letting me have this little spot here, but thank you guys. Do you have any questions for me?
Thank you, Bob, all the time, man. Real talk.
So
Yeah,
That's
no
Derek, right?
Hey, I do got a question.
But
Uh-huh.
Where the upcoming year, will there be more opportunity for pro shows across the country
Next year,
and
yes,
nationwide and international?
Yes, sir. We have a lot of stuff going on, but I'll be honest with you guys, I don't want to put something out there and then it falls through, and then I'm left with egg on my face and I'm looking stupid. And there's plenty of people out there that want that to happen. So until it's signed, sealed, and delivered, I don't want to make any announcements. But I will tell you this, absolutely. There are opportunities because of some of the other European countries have opened. We can't go there this year, but we have Mexico is having their Mexican championships, Latin championships, and that's in November. We're also having the European championships that's being held in Italy this year. That's in early November, I believe. So there are things opening up, and we have more countries coming on. We have Holland or the Netherlands. There'll be a show in Holland, and I believe that's in November. But there are tons of opportunities. This is our 5th year, but it's really not because of the COVID. It shut everything down, and it's not just global bodybuilding, it's everybody. So this is I don't know what you'd call it, just a write it off year. But yeah,
write it off, check it off.
Yeah, just a write it off year, and that's why we're doing that with the cards for pros and amateurs. It's not right that, and I'll use you as an example, James, that you bust your butt for 5 or 6 months to get ready for a show, and we have no show because of COVID, and you purchased your card, and yeah, and that's not right. That's not right. I'm not going to do that. At that point, I'm stealing your money, and that's not right, and we will not do that. Okay. Also, like the Atlas, it was a very hard decision to do, but we had to cancel that because as y'all know, we have Mr. Atlas Standard Bodybuilding, Miss Atlas Beach Body, Mr. Atlas Classic Bodybuilders. They're all from UK, Europe, or South America or Central America. So it wouldn't be a legitimate win or right to do to just have a bunch of Americans on the Atlas stage when we're not giving them an opportunity to try to retain their title. You know what I'm saying? And so we just wanted to be fair across the board. And with the COVID thing, we hit, no countries, it'd be just a mess. So we decided, put that off for the year and move forward. And next year will be bigger and better. We're excited about it.
Yeah, it's working out kind of great, Bob, because this, I know your 5-year plan, and this was going to be another great breakout year for GBO. Well, kind of hindsight, when I look at it, it's given us an opportunity to do even more because we're having a lot more time to focus on next year. And then, like Proctor's out there, visiting more countries or talking to more countries, probably more than he would normally because he has the extra time now. So in my opinion, it's working out great because we're going to build even more for next year than we had originally planned. So I love it. It's really playing out right.
And we were talking about that the other night, Laura and I, and she was like, man, this really, it didn't kill us, but it really set us back. And I said, well, it did. It hurt us a little bit, but it also helped us because, first of all, everybody's in this boat. It's not just Global Bodybuilding or Bob and Laura. It's everybody in all aspects of life. So we all have to deal with this. But what it's done is now the stay-at-home order around the world is giving people the opportunity to sit down and start Googling stuff. And since, I guess mid-February, I've been getting all these people reaching out to me going, hey, who are you and what are you about? So get talking with people and things going on. And that's how we got Donald, he's quick little story about him. He's awesome. I said, when I was talking to him on WhatsApp, I said, cause I can't go out there, of course. I said, how do you say your name? I was talking about his last name. And he said, Donald, like the President Trump. I'm excited. We got a lot going on and big things coming next year, guys, for pros and amateurs worldwide.
Yes, sir.
Good. Thank you for that. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I think he's done.
Okay, cool. Well,
Okay.
you will see Bob probably
thing.
pop up on the next few podcasts as well as we have more information that gets to you guys because we have a pretty action-packed second half of the season. And, as we're, working with this, we're going to take it day by day just like everybody else.
All right, Bob. Thank
Y'all
you.
take care. Bye-bye, guys.
All right,
Take care. Have a good one.
Bye. All right, guys. You were right in the middle, James, and you are thinking about retiring this year. You thought about it. Tell us about it.
Well, it wasn't so much retiring. It was more so like I just wanted to, I got big brother Chris to look up to. I'm trying to put some, athletes out there, and I can't. It's hard to be in prep athletes because I got to deal with their attitude, and then it's counteracting with my attitude, and it's like prep brain. It's like, it's just a mix. So this year, really, I just wanted to compete in the IPE Worlds because that has always been a goal of mine. And then this year was going to be the first GBO Natural Atlas. I wanted to compete in that. And I was just I wasn't going to say retire, but I wasn't going to plan to compete like I do every year, more so. So I was going to still continue to train. I'm going to continue to improve and stuff like that. But I was going to be more at the judges table and taking care of my clients. Oh, and of course, I'm got my kids too. So it's like, I got
wearing like 5 different hats, man.
Hey,
but no,
man.
That's a really good plan for 2021. And I know it's going to shake out maybe a little differently, but that gives us an idea of where your head is and, where you want to go. So Derek, tell us about your 2021. Now, what are your plans for next year?
Continue to improve. I want to, like James, I want to do a couple IPE shows just to experience a different league. So between GBO and IPE, doing shows there. Again, somewhere down the line, get my stage prep for others going also.
Cool. Well, Billy D. Williams says hi. He's watching you guys, and I know that he's a big fan of both of you. So will you be signing autographs at any shows that you come up to? Because I know that, you guys are world famous now. I'm just saying. So
I ain't nobody, man.
no, you are somebody. As a professional, believe it or not, a lot of times we don't think that we do things, but what you guys do leaves a footprint, and people are watching. People watch your live streams, your posts, they engage with you. So what you guys do on Instagram and Facebook, everyone takes note of. And believe it or not, you guys are really helpful to a lot of people. Even some of that little, tidbit of information that Cruz and you guys were talking about as far as, hey, I did this because I needed to do that to improve that. So for somebody who's an amateur, they don't think like a pro. And they need to understand that there are things they need to work on. And if they're not at that level yet, they're never going to arrive. There's always going to be that next step. And you guys are a great example of that. You guys know you're a work in progress. There went Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler
okay.
disagrees.
I mean, Derek is just knocking them down left and right. So I'd be curious to see if both of you guys did step on stage this year, what happens, because I have
either that or he needs an exorcist.
Heath Kai Green action on the front double by where you guys are nudging each other. That might happen, and I would love to see that. I'd pay good money for that. So
Wow.
Anyway, guys, last word. James, anything that you want to share with anybody who's watching that you think might be helpful for 2020 to get through what we're going through?
I mean, look, Todd had said something in the group chat, the GBO Naturals group chat a while ago, where, we would see each other maybe 4 and 5 times a year and stuff like that. Due to COVID, we haven't been able to really do that. So it's just something to think about, that we, our time on earth, we don't know when we're going to leave. We don't know when the next thing is going to happen, and so on and so forth. So me being a believer in Christ, I plead to every non-believer to place faith in Christ Jesus. You know what I'm saying? You have nothing to lose, but you have everything to lose if you ignore that plead. Once again, I do thank you, Matt. You feel me? Thank you, Chris. You know what I'm saying? I see you guys on social media. I see Chris a lot lately on social media. Hey, Derek, it's all love. I talk mess, but it's all love. Everybody,
for sure.
Everybody in the feed, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I may come off a little harsh, but just know it's coming from a good place. I love everybody. And, hey, hopefully I can see some of y'all at some of these shows this year and next year. So,
Derek, top that. You got the last word.
Pretty much what I've been saying since this stay at home and everything. I came up with the hashtag. Well, I don't know if I came up with it, but I just used it to overcome and adapt and overcome. Don't let things stop you. I mean, you got goals to meet. I mean, I know it's a lot of people right now looking at everybody in the gym who got shows where I think they crazy, but we got goals. Some of this is their livelihood completely. So don't let things stop you. I mean, if it ain't gonna kill you, just keep going, doing what you're doing, continue to improve. Always be teachable. Learn from others, learn from your coaches, trust the process, and that's it.
Guys, thank you very much for the time. It's always a pleasure to have you guys and just to chat with you and, see what's going on and see what you guys are looking forward to and what you're excited about, because it's going to be different for everybody. And I know that you have goals to step on stage here very soon. And it's really nice to be able, because it's a self-accountability when you're able to say it in public, I'm going to do it. And then you hold yourself accountable to it. Some people need that. And you guys are great examples to follow in the GBO. And how can, James, people follow you on Instagram?
Instagram, hard body hard_body_J Timo. That's my main page. And then I have my athlete page. I'm not really active there. Hard Body by J Timo. And then James T. Mickles on Facebook. I'm active on Facebook and Instagram. But I'm gonna just be real. If you want to just keep it strictly fitness, follow me on Instagram because you might not like me on Facebook.
You do keep it real. You keep it 100, as Todd would say. So, Derek, how can folks follow you on Instagram, my friend?
IG is Wolverine.45th.
Facebook?
Richardson.
All right. I have really a problem tagging you on Facebook. I don't know why, but man, we can talk on Insta like nobody's business. So it's all good. Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure, and appreciate your time. We will look forward to seeing you soon. Just a couple of quick announcements. October, where are we? You kind of lose track. I guess it is July now. We've got, as of right now, some of you have been asking what's a go. From what we understand right now, it looks like Atlanta is a go on August 15th, which will be in Georgia. That'll be Stephanie's show at the Max Muscle. We have August 22nd, which is Miami Classic. That's Dan Olson in Miami, Florida. As soon as we get back, we're going to hit Texas, and we're going to hit it hard, Cruise. Those two shows.
September 19th, SPI, South Padre Island, Scott and Lisa Ramsey. That's going to be our show, kind of almost kicking off Texas. It's kind of weird to say that, but and then the next weekend we will be with Mr. Todd Rogers at his show at the I believe it's TBC. Is that right? I keep on saying TBH, TBC Center, something like that. They're in Houston, and again, I've been telling everybody, make sure you get your tickets for that show now because it is going to be limited seating, limited venue. But that's going to be a great show. I know some people that are competing pro in that show, but anyway, so
talk about your October show too.
And then then we got that. Todd's is September 26th, and then we roll into my show, Sulphur, October 3rd, Sulphur, Louisiana. That show we have Pro Shape, and then we get a couple weeks off, and then we will move into Texas City, October 24th. October 24th, Texas City for the Storm Classic. And we're guaranteed that to be another great show with a lot of great pros and amateurs. So that's kind of, we're gonna have a pretty good little run from August through October, and then we're gonna call it a year. And I honestly expect, like I said on my post the other day, I expect us to finish way better than we thought we would a couple months ago. So really looking forward to that. And like James said, man, we ain't seen each other in a while, man, and really starting to kind of miss everybody. So I'm very excited to get down to South Padre for that show and see everybody throughout the rest of the year. And also, just so y'all know, like I kind of said with Bob, we have been working, so we are adding extra shows for next year. So be paying attention to that. We've already announced one of them, the Margaritaville. Mike Smith promoting that show. I think that show is going to make a lot of noise, and we got a couple other more planned between here at Texas and Louisiana. We plan on adding another 4 shows. So that's all I can say about those right now until they're final. So, but that is the plan. So we're growing, and just like I always say, because we're growing, we need judges, we need scorekeepers, we need volunteers, we need all that stuff. So anybody watching this, man, wants to get involved, GBO, the organization is growing on a worldwide basis. Get a hold of us. Let us know where you're at, and what you want to do. You want to judge, you want to expedite, whatever. We got spots for you, I promise. So that's about it, man. It was great. Classic's one of my favorite bodybuilding classes, and I think these 2 guys are 2 really good examples of that. And I'm excited. They're both doing shows this year. So good luck to you guys. I don't know what shows y'all are doing, but that's great, man. It's going to be good to see y'all on stage. So
Chris, we've never done this. How can people follow you? Because I'm noticing that there's more in the audience that actually are not involved with GBO. Where can they find Chris Cruz on Insta?
So you can go to on Instagram at GBO_Texas. And then, of course, Facebook is GBO Texas. If you want to get a hold of me personally, message me for anything else. Also at Center Stage Fitness. Same thing on Facebook is Center Stage Fitness. So yeah, feel free to message me. Any questions? Any questions y'all have for the show? Anything? It don't matter. So give us something to talk about. Anything about GBO? Let us know. We want to hear from you.
And to wrap up, there's a couple of things I'll make announcements on next week's guest because we do have them locked in and secured, as you'll see the poster coming out this week. But we do have, for those of you guys who don't know, for the Storm Classic, it is stormclassicgbo.com. We will be, tickets are now live and they will be going quickly too. We are going to be limiting the number of tickets and we are limiting the number of athletes, and we're every day keeps growing. So if you have questions about that, just go to stormclassicgbo.com. For those of you guys who want to follow GBO Arizona, it's GBO Arizona on Instagram, GBO California on Instagram, and also Vegas Global Championships on Instagram. All of those have a direct link on the website to go to those accounts if you have a question either about the show. And from what I understand, I'm not going to announce anything official until it's official. But we did have a call with a group from California, and those of you guys who know who you are because you're watching, it is going to be amazing next year. And I cannot wait and get some of these official announcements out. But let's put it this way. We are way farther ahead than we thought that we were going to be, and it is going to be an explosive year. So just get ready and buckle up because, as Cruz said, we're going to be looking for staff members all across the country as these shows are growing, and we're not going to come in at an entry level. We are going to come in fully staffed, developed, ready to go, and that's really how our year is going to plan on kicking off 2021. So for next week, we will have Pro Helen Horton, Pro Crystal Woods, and GBO Beachbody Pro Letty Steinkart. So you'll see all of those folks in the GBO Bodcast interview waiting room, so to speak, and then hopping in. I cannot wait for next week either because as we had the guys this week, gentlemen, thank you for being on. We will have the ladies next week, and I'm sure they'll spice things up too. They get a little crazy on there. So
appreciate you having me.
Yes. Until then, we will look forward to seeing you next week, 5:30, same time, same place. Take care. Have a great weekend.